Hello. How's everyone doing today? Hopefully it's working. Hopefully everything's working. I don't know if everything's working. I'm hoping everything's working. Can you hear me now? Let's do lo-fi today. And it's always that dang song. No, shuffle. Shuffle. I hate this song. I like this song, but the problem is this is always the first song that plays, so I always overhear it. There we go. Okay. Yes, a little late today. I made the mistake of when I launched OBS, as I do before I go live. It's like, oh, hey, there's an update. And I'm like, cool. Click the button for update. Normally just an update. No, I had to reinstall, update the Stream Deck software, and then reinstall the Stream Deck plugin, and then delete the old plugin to get everything to work. And the dog's barking, so maybe somebody's at my door again. 1 second. I gotta go check. Don't burn. Nope, he's barking at nobody. I've had like 4 people show up today to drop stuff off. I've had this lovely gift from Polymaker, because when Nicholas from Polymaker reaches out to you and says, hey, how you doing on filament? And I'm like, you know what, I need some for the Death Racer. I could use a top-up. This is what you get sent. So, we like Polymaker here. We like... Quit falling over, camera. Oh, I put the legs out. There we go. So we like Polymaker here. And if you like Polymaker too, and you want to win some filament, check out the link in the description. Enter to win. We give away a spool every stream. So now, Nicholas, I got to figure out where to put all this. Okay. I know I missed one super chat. Matt Shammy, $2. Cheers for gerbil food. Hamsters. Hamsters are more efficient. Mr. Wizards, thanks for turning informative content. Colin, gifted 5 community memberships. Okay. For the time being, do not gift memberships, okay? If you want to support the channel, which I love when you guys support... Oh, wait. Is it working? Is it working? Did people get gifted memberships? Or is it doing the same person over and over? Mr. Fibble? Thanks for the... Hey, it's working again! Yay! Thank... That's working again. Okay. Hopefully I timed the mute right for that. Yay! You have... Okay, bring it in. Come on, bring it in. You have no idea how stressful the past few days have been with the memberships not working. As a small YouTuber, and I consider myself a small YouTuber, I don't even have 40,000 subs. I ain't no Mr. Beast. Community support, direct community support via your guys' memberships and gifted subs and super chats, and pretty much like the only reason I'm able to be a full-time YouTuber at my viewership count. So when gifted subs, for those that don't know, the past 2 live streams, if you gifted me a sub on the past 2 live streams, check your emails and bank account, it got refunded. YouTube, it was broken. I don't know what happened. I messaged YouTube. Apparently, they tweeted back to me today that this is an ongoing issue with multiple people. So apparently, I'm not the only one that is getting screwed over this time. So, that's I'll admit, it's a big source of my revenue. So all of a sudden, I basically made no money the past 2 streams. So now that it's working again, yay. Panzer Catton gifted 5 community memberships. Thank you. John Stern gifted 5. Cheers. Thank you. Matt Shammy 1. Cheers. So yes, it's working again. Thomas gifted 5. Thank you. That's an awful lot of boxes for a salad fork. The salad fork is behind the filament, which I gotta figure out where to put all this. Well, for now, you can live on the floor. But they hooked me up. So as you know, we're building a Death Racer. I've had more parts show up today. Finally, we might be able to start building it. Hopefully after the salad fork or some point. We got to start building it at some point. More peeps for the Discord. Yeah, here, let me message the Discord, tell them we're live, because I forgot to do that. We are live at everyone. There we go. Okay. Okay, so people are posting this on the Only Benchies Discord. So me going live today. So you click the update button, and then the stream gets delayed. Okay, there we go. Pie-eyed gifted 5 community memberships. Cheers, thank you. So where was I at? Oh yeah, so the salad fork. We're going with carbon fiber, a lot of carbon fiber filaments, but I needed something for the treads and accents, so we're gonna be using Polyflex blue. So we're going with a black and blue theme, I think, for this thing. But of course they couldn't just send me the one spool, they sent me a whole hell of a lot. So we're gonna be using Polymaker filament in a lot of builds in the foreseeable future. Let's just put it that way. So no complaints there. It's good printer, chow. Print's really good. Plenty of colors, plenty of variety. Although I will say, you guys need some sparkle ABS. Sparta 3D's got you beat there. I'm just hoping to breed some competition, healthy competition. More options is always good. PA6 CF is good. I'm probably gonna feed that stuff directly into the cheaty here to do more parts. Because I'm using the cheaty for a lot of the, make sure my address is hidden. Yeah. I'm using the cheaty to print parts for the Death Racer because I'm printing low and slow for those carbon fiber parts. And then I've been using the LDO V2 for the salad fork. Everything is pre-imprinted in carbon fiber nylon, or correction, carbon fiber PC. And it's being printed with a Revo with a 0.6. Although, if the box hadn't showed up today, I've got a, for those that are curious what the other option was for today's stream. Ooh, I love how easy these come off. Oh no. Dang it, I'm gonna have to reprint this. I left the mustache. I've got a Stealth Burner front face that's in Cement orange. And then I also have a mount for a Hotend that I haven't played with yet. So this was going to be the backup, which will now be Friday's stream, if this box hadn't shown up. Matt Shammy gifted 10 community memberships. Cheers. Sparkle ASA is coming very soon. Awesome. That's good to hear. I like sparkles. Oh, the VK print? Yeah. So for those curious, remember how Saturday we played around with dual extrusion, and if you're wondering how the dual extrusion print turned out on the VK, the Voron 1 that we built, follow me on Twitter at 3DPNero, and you can see wonderful things such as this, because this is what happened when I woke up to. So obviously it pushed the little filament, because it locks here, but the Bowden tube goes down and sits in a cutout here. Apparently I didn't have it pushed in enough, and it pushed itself out. And we woke up to some spaghetti. So obviously it stopped feeding the red, but here's how the print turned out. Ain't no bueno. Big oof. So yeah, so right now it's living on the ground because I don't have room for it anywhere else. Also, I've been baking bread. So follow me on Twitter. I've been baking bread, which is not good for my diet, but it's delicious. So, it is what it is. Merv, thank you for becoming a member. Gary, thank you for gifting a membership. And Delmar, upgraded membership. Thank you. All the notifications. I don't know if I'm going to keep the notification on for those that are gifted a membership, because this popping up often is kind of getting a little annoying, and I think it's detracting. But I got, like, for those that joined of their own accord and those that purchase the gifted memberships, I want a pop-up. But for those that are awarded, I might disable the pop-up or make it a separate small one like we do when people subscribe to the channel. Which, if you want your name to pop up here, subscribe to the channel. It'll pop up. Matt Shammy, $2. Cheers. There are 10. The 10 are from the DFH team since he isn't here yet. Okay. Nero bread stream. Problem with bread streams is we just wait for cooking. It's like, okay, I mixed the dough, come back in 3 hours once it rises. Okay, I put it in the oven, come back in half an hour. Okay. What are we doing today? Oh yeah, salad fork. Okay, so we're building a salad fork today. Well, we're unboxing it. So, printers for Anna. What is a salad fork? So a salad fork is this guy but small. Okay, it is a miniaturized V0, or correction, Voron Trident. So if you have familiar with my Micron build, and the Micron is, one of these days I'll actually put the panels on it. This is a Micron, okay? It's 120 millimeters cubed. This is a V2 built with basically the hardware you would use in a V0. So NEMA 14s, 1550 extrusions, but for the most part, this is a V2. You get a V2 serial. This is a V2, but small. Today, we're gonna start the build on a salad fork, which I don't know how it got that name, but it is a Trident built of the same idea, okay? So this is it right here. And we are building it using the DFH kit from deepfriedhero.in. Let me pull it up here. And I do have the panel kit, so it should look like this when we're done, which will be really cool. So if you are interested in getting a solid fork of your own from DFH, link in the description. It's actually $575 US. Ain't that bad, actually. Anyways, this is the kit. Now, what are we building it out of? We're building it out of the kit. I got a box of printed parts. Not all of them, so I'm going to have to print as we go. But we are building, it's a 160, okay? So where the Micron was 120 cube, this is 160 cube. So it is a little bit more practical because you actually can print more than one thing at a time, okay? So this is a 160. A mini Trident is a salad fork. That makes sense because a Trident's a big fork and then this is a salad fork. That makes sense. I just realized that. Okay, so here is the kit. I was waiting on the extrusions to show up, so let's take a look at those first. So we are going for a relatively simplistic, I know I've been doing a lot of bright colors and whatnot later, but this I kind of wanted to do a, not quite like a stealth murdered out build, but basically we've got silver, or actually unfinished raw extrusions. So these are raw extrusions, and I wanted raw extrusions. These aren't even like silvered. These are just raw aluminum extrusions. Because I'm going for like a more mechanical look. So this is just raw 50-15 aluminum extrusions that I requested. So they don't have any anodize on them at all. They are straight out of the machine. Okay, so these are the extrusions we're using. And for all the printed parts are PCCF for the most part. So it's all PCCF printed with chunky layers with a 0.6 nozzle. Because I want this to look like, kind of like an industrial look, okay? That's kind of what we're going after here. Raw. Yeah, I want it to look basically raw. Yeah. Fucking raw. So yeah. So there we go. I gotta be careful though, because these are actually sharp extrusions. Also, I didn't want to run into the issue that we had with the Micron with the stuff that fits in the extrusions not fitting. Baker Viking, how's it going? Are you going mini SB? Yes, I will be going mini stealth burner on this. Because I can. So I might lose a little XY room. I'm not 100% sure, but we'll see it, how it turns out. I like these builds for showing off. So I'll be honest, my Micron is not part of my usual rotation of printers. But when I went to like Murph, it's a great printer to bring to Murph and bring places when I'm showing off a 3D printer. Because it's basically small and light and easy. Although, unfortunately, it broke on the way there, so I couldn't really print. But if you went to Murph, you could have seen my my Micron. Okay, so that. By the way, I've had like a bunch of printers show up in the past little while. I am running out. I have so many cardboard boxes I need to get rid of. It is ridiculous. Maker Meraki 25, cheers, making for YouTube's Busted gifted membership system. Thank you. It is working now, but that 25 will go towards making up for the 2 days that it didn't work. Which, unfortunately with YouTube, you can't ask for, you know, compensation. So if you've been a long-time fan of the channel, you may remember that for like the first year that I did actual like this regularly, my channel wasn't monetized properly. and I didn't get any AdSense revenue. So I lost out on a full year's worth of AdSense revenue on this channel, which I have done the math. You can't really say one-to-one how much you make per view because it's different. Different ads pay different amounts at different times of the year. You can't just go, I make X amount per view, okay? But you can do the math on based on, okay, since it's been this long, since it was turned on, and this is how much I made per view. Let's extrapolate going in the past. Oh my God, I lost out on quite a bit of money. Yeah. And unfortunately, I can't go to YouTube and be like, hey, it was broken. Can you guys unbreak it and pay me? And they're like, no, it don't work that way. Why did I say small than mini? Well, the printer is small, but this mini stealth printer is mini. You can ask, they will laugh. I did ask, and they're like, no. Okay, for makers, by makers, Big Tree Tech. You guys can finally stop asking. We got ourselves a, what is it, a Manta? A Manta, whatever the heck it is. We got the Manta, okay? So there we go. We got the Manta. I will be using that for this build. So we'll be using that. What do we got here? Oh, their business card has the duck on it now. That's cute. I honestly, I do kind of like how Big Tree Tech has kind of embraced the rubber ducky. Thank you, purchase Big Tree Tech product, blah, 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 blah. Cool. What's in here? Oh, they give you a whole lot of, oh, they give you the connectors too. That's nice. That is actually nice. You get a little baggie with all the JSTs. So when if you're making your own wire loom, which I think we have to with this kit, you don't have to get extra connectors. That's nice. Rails. And these should be black, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, okay. So these are our rails. They are all MGN 7, except for one MGN 12 with the short carriage, and this is for your X-axis. So we got the rails in the bin. Gubbins. So this is motion system, bearings, belts, spare parts kit, all your wiring and fans. You are wiring this up yourself, but we have some stuff to make this a little bit less wiring than your traditional build. MGM 12, not, or actually, sorry, MGN 9, you're right, it's MGN 9. Only need 6 drivers. You need 3 Z, X, Y. Extruder has its own board. Okay, this I broke down because this came in like 3 boxes, but we got a whole bunch of spring steel plates to play with. We got our heater. Or actually, there's the heater. There's our heater. And our bed, which is a 160 bed, and it's black anodized, it looks like. Nice. That'll look nice. Got all that. Gonna have to put it together ourselves, but we've done that before. I got videos on my channel if you're curious how this all goes together. Yeah, I'm playing with CAN bus finally. We got our feetsies. Look at those feetsies. Got our feetsies. I think this is all our screws in a nice little plano case, which I'll probably reuse after this. That's actually really nice. So all your screws and fasteners and everything in a plano case. Very nice. Very nice. Leave that last. What do we got in here? We got a, what is this? Oh, this is, I think, the CAN bus adapter. Yeah, this is the CAN bus adapter. Which, do you need that with the Manta? Do you need a CAN bus adapter with the Manta? Either way, you get a CAN bus adapter. So this way you plug that into your board or something. I don't know. Or into your Pi. I've never played with CAN bus yet. I actually got to look up how to do it all. What we got here? Victory Tech. Oh, here we go. So this doesn't use, the Manta doesn't come with a CM4. We have Victory Tech CB1. So we got the CB1. And it's got a little antenna. If this doesn't work out, I've seen some people mention these might be a little spotty or iffy in terms of functionality and working. I do have a CM4 I could use on hand. Drivers. And there is a tool headboard I gotta find. Here's the CAN board. So here we go. We got ourselves a CAN bus board for the tool head. It's the same as the Physec one that I've been planning to use on this build, but this build comes with one. So we'll use the Physec one in the V00 when we do the upgrade for that. Wi-Fi is garbo and super unstable, causes random kernel panics and reboots. Okay. Well, if it causes issues, I know they're probably working on it. I'm assuming they are. More drivers. If I gotta swap it out, I'll swap it out. Simple as that. The problem is Pis are very hard to get, so people are always looking for alternatives. Motors. So we got our X and Y motors, which are some nice big chonky NEMA 14s. We got our extruder motor here, which is a pancake NEMA 14. Look at the. Okay, these are 17s. These are NEMA 17s with the little lead screws. Integrated leaf screws, just like I like to see. There are motors, and all DFH stuff come with the logo on it. So that's cool. So we got our motors to make things move. Firmware updates before installing. I will. What's this? Lightweight aluminum solid fork pins. I'll put that over there so I don't lose them. These are, I believe these are for electronics mounting. I gotta sharpen my knife. What are these? Okay, so let's do these first. DFH doesn't skimp on the shrink wrap, that's for sure. Okay, electronic mounting brackets. And what the heck are these? Oh, these are backers. Oh, okay, we got ourselves some backers. Whole bunch of backers. What the heck? Okay. Oh, and we got these. Okay, these are nice. These are for mounting the rails, so you don't have to deal with the printed thing with all the nuts. These are nice. I didn't know the kit had these. And then we got ourselves some, these are stainless steel. These aren't titanium. So these are backers. So for those that don't know what backers are, okay, I have them on my big Trident. But essentially the theory is metal expands and contracts when it changes temperature, okay? So the rate of expansion and contraction depends on the metal, the density. Aluminum and steel expand and contract at different rates. So when you take your extrusion, okay, and you slap a steel rail on it, when you heat up your chamber, the aluminum expands more than the steel, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, and basically will cause your perfectly straight rail extrusion sandwich to bow or buckle. I can't remember which way it goes. I think it does that. So the thinking is you put a backer of, those ones are titanium. These ones are, I think these are steel. I don't know. DFH, if you're in chat, are these stainless or, I don't know. They feel actually kind of light. Maybe they are titanium. But either way, you put these on the opposite side of the rail on the extrusion. It makes a sandwich, so it prevents it from expanding in wonky ways. So yeah, so these are cool. These are really nifty. Good thing I just spent all the time printing the parts for them. They're titanium. Sweet. Got ourselves a power supply. It is a Meanwell UHP 350-24. Did we use, is this the same one in there? Yeah. I love this power supply. This is 350 watt power supply. No passive cooling. This is a great power supply. It's problem is it's an expensive power supply if you're doing your own build. They make a UHP 252, which I have in Toasty, but for these compact builds, unless you want to go with an external power brick, you got to go with one of the more expensive power supplies just so they fit. Titanium is magnetic. No, it is not. Yeah, these are titanium. Magnet don't stick. So good power supply there. Panels. Don't scratch the panels. Oh my god, so many boxes. I think these are black if I'm not mistaken. And they're ACM too, I believe. So there's the panels, they're ACM, they're in there thing. So if you're wondering how big the printer is going to be, here's the front panel. Costs more than my print. Yeah, the power supply costs more than my printer. I believe it. Then let me just check. There's the box. I just want to make sure I didn't forget anything. I have a second box. Nope. Okay. And then last but not least, what hot end are we going to go for? What hot end are we going to go for? What hot end? Oh, look. It's our old pal, the Revo Voron. Because, you know, that's how we do it here. Revo Voron. Ta-da. Oop, wrong kid. Ta-da. Revo Voron. Everyone likes the Revo Voron. I like the Revo Voron. We're playing with an Omnium Drop XG next on Friday, though. We got that. Easy peasy. As for the screen, DFH, it wasn't in the box. Does the Revo have any hardened nozzles yet? Obsidian. That's what I'm using to print all this with. They are Obsidian when? Obsidian October. So for those curious, when Obsidian October. That and it can go in here. Oh no, sorry. That's okay. It's supposed to be in the other box he shipped. I've got no bloody room in this room. Is this garbage? Is this bag garbage? Is this garbage? This is a garbage bag. Okay, let me put some stuff in the garbage. I can't believe how much room I'm running out of. Like, I just spent like 2 days organizing stuff and making room, and then I build 2 printers and I'm out of room again. In terms of room, we have no room. There we go. Leave that over there. Okay. What filament was that? All the filament that I'm using for this build is CFPC, so carbon fiber polycarbonate filament. It's mostly Prusament. I'm using a spool of Prusament. It's printing okay. I finally got it kind of dialed in. It was, I swear, I've never had as many issues getting prints to stick than with Prusament PCCF. I printed with PCCF decent amount, but Prusament just did not want to stick to the bed. I had to go like nuts with the glue stick to get it to stick and print super slow on the first layer. But finally got it working. Do normal heat breaks wear out from carbon fiber? Yes and no. Okay, your nozzle will wear out many times faster than your heat break. Apparently though, it is a thing With the heat breaks that are stainless steel tubes, like the Dragon, the Mosquito, Revo, where if you print an absolute boatload of CF filled filaments, okay, eventually it's possible, apparently, that you can wear through the tube. I've heard of this. I haven't actually seen any pictures of it, but I've heard people say this, which makes sense because, you know, the filament's just passing side by side on the tube, right? It's going down the tube like this, and if it's rubbing, theoretically, eventually you may wear through it. I've heard this happen on Dragons. Either Dragons or Mosquito. I can't remember which one. I haven't heard it happening on Revo, but Revo's Obsidians haven't been around long enough. But apparently you have to print an absolute boatload. Advantage of PCCF over ABS ASA. I like the look. It's a little stiffer, but that's also more prone to cracking if you crash like the tool head, but it's supposed to be stronger. You don't need to do PCCF. It's just something to do for fun, essentially. Mellow has new Dragon heat breaks for abrasive. Cool. I don't use Mellow. Okay, what are we going to do? Let's start building. So we're going to build the frame. So I need to get my slab of quartz out, which of course I'm using it to store stuff. So there's all stuff for the Death Racer. This is what we were going to play with today, but we're going to play with it Friday now. It's an Omnia drop. So we're going to put this in the Trident. Why? Because the other ones are testing Revos. So PL Premium, don't need that. Don't need that, don't need that. Don't need all that. That can go there, that can go there, that can go there. You can go there. You can live on top of there. Same with you. By the way, you want tips? If you're somebody like me who has a bunch of on-the-go products, go to Walmart and buy a bunch of these little cheap plastic totes. Like, they come with lids, but I'm not using them. And use these to organize your builds. So, like, I bought a bunch of these. So I've got, like, these are the printed parts for the salad fork. I got one over there with printed parts for the Death Racer. This is all the mechanical parts for the Death Racer. It keeps everything nice and clean and organized, and you can see through the sides. So if you're like me and you do have a lot of projects going on at once, go get some of those. PCCF sticks well to a satin sheet. Okay, I'll try that. Promise, I like the textured look. I am scratching the hell out of my desk here. I still have the cheaty on that bench, so it's kind of taking up everything. Okay. Oh, yes. So before, when I put this on my desk, I would have to shim up one of the sides because it didn't sit flat. Now with the new desk, it actually sits flat. So happy, 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 happy. So that's good. Oh yeah, so much better, so much better. Does PG need an enclosure to print during like ABS? No, but it helps a little bit. Opinion on water cooling Hotend? Are you printing Peak, Ultim, or any of the super high temp filaments? If not, it's a complete waste. A good quality Hotend is fine in enclosed chambers. I've printed with Mosquitoes, Dragons, and Revos in enclosed chambers, printing hot, 50, 60 degree chambers, zero issues with cooling with just a fan. I gotta clean this, I got paint all over it. See, that's the problem, I can't put my water on my bench anymore. Or did your desk change color? I got a new desk. Well, a countertop. I just put a countertop on it. Because the the very cheap warped plywood with linoleum tiles stuck on top wasn't holding up too good to building anything kind of square on it. There we go. Okay. So let me just... Did I miss a gifted? No, man, shaming, that was there. So what's going on today? What printer is this? Somebody read my Reddit, hopefully, and is poking fun at that joke. Okay, I'll win some Polymaker filament. Just because if I don't put this here, people don't message. There we go. Okay. If I don't put that, go win some filament, enter, people don't enter, and then they complain. So if you haven't entered to win some Polymaker filament, it's good shit. Link in the description. Go enter. We give away a spool every stream. Gotta make sure it's perfectly flat. There we go. Okay. How many power buttons are in the kit? 1. That joke is getting old. That one, the problem is I don't find that joke funny. Okay, so what do we need here? So here's the Solid Fork GitHub, docs, frame assembly. There we go. Okay, so let's sort our frame out and get that sorted out. So today this build will be a continuous build. So what that means is we're not going to start any other builds until it's done. But it won't be every stream. So Friday, we're going to play with the Omnia drop in the Trident for Print and Chill Friday. And then we'll be back to this build on Saturday. So I'm not rushing through it, but this build is the priority for the immediate future. Unless something shinier shows up. So there are holes in the frame, that's good. I'm like, wait, are there holes drilled in these? There better be holes drilled in these. Okay, so... Oops, some of these frames are anodized. So I don't think you can actually get this specific frame from DFH. I don't think it's actually an option. Let me pull it up here. Configure now. Black, yeah, oh, where's the frame? White, purple. Yeah, so if you go to buy one of these kits from DFH, you have options of white, purple, red, silk, or red, blue, or pink. I asked him, you know, I didn't look on the site, but I'm like, hey, what frames colors do I have? And he's like, oh, I have these colors, and then I have a raw aluminum frame. I'm like, I want the raw aluminum frame. So do not critique the mismatch and the scuffing on the frame. I requested the raw aluminum frame. I wanted basically a raw frame. So these are basically just like, these are raw pieces, essentially. Just matching up all the ones with holes. Go. Get some gallium in there. I don't really, I think the jug of gallium I keep in the house is upstairs next to the vat of hydrochloric acid, so I don't really have to worry about it getting in here. Frame medium rare. Yeah, I expect it to be more too. Okay, so how the hell do we put this together? Oh, here we go. We got some instructions. So these are your extrusion types. So we got I, J. Oh, this is going to be annoying because you can't. There we go. Okay. So we got A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. Okay. And to help visualize where it goes, there you go. Okay. So. There we go. Okay. So this is for those that are unaware, I'm going to preface this right now. This is not an official Voron kit. Okay. This is not an official Voron printer. While if you build one, you do get a Trident serial. This actual printer is a community mod. Okay. So don't expect, if you're used to the Voron level of documentation, it may be better, it may be worse, it may be equal, but it's not an official thing. So this is a community mod. So obviously, like, you know, this isn't like a nice fancy PDF and fully illustrated. This is how the manual is. So yeah. Oh, Steve's here. Hi, Steve. Where's Steve at? Where's Steve at? There's Steve. Will this get finished before yours? Probably not. Everyone say hi, Steve. Okay, so prep the rails. This step will use linear rails. Some vendors providing rails which do not need to be prepared for use. If you have all linear rails, clean out any grease with ISO. We'll do that when we get to, well, actually, no, we're putting the grease in now. So, see if I got to grease these up. I don't think I need that one or two of these. I think we only need the Z for now. Oh no, because we're putting them all in. I have to put all the rails on while we build the frame up. That's right. Okay. So this one will go there. Please tell me these have stoppers on them. They do. Good. Oh. They have stoppers. Okay, they feel pretty smooth. We're good there. So I'm going to leave the packing oil on them and just grease them up. I've done that with the previous DFH kits and they've all been pretty good. So we're going to rock that method and just kind of stick with it because if it works, it works. Gloves. Do I have gloves in here? I think I'm got one glove. I don't know. I brought a whole box of gloves down here and I don't know where I put them. Yeah. And we're going to use white lithium spray grease. Paper towel. So these rails are different lengths. You got your 3 Z rails and your 2 Y rails. The X rail is right here. We're not going to bother with this one yet because the gantry goes in second. So these come with packing grease on them. They move. I don't feel any grit or anything, so I'm just going to grease them up and leave the packing grease on them, which isn't grease, it's oil, just as a rust preventative measure, so we don't have to worry about rust. So what I do is I line up a hole in the middle of the carriage and I just flood it with some grease. You could do this if you have a needle, like if your grease isn't in a spray can like this. What you do is you put it in and get a big high gauge needle and you use that to force the grease in. And then I move the balls a little bit, usually 2 holes. And then I do it again. Because they are recirculating balls, right? So you want to basically do what you can reach and then rotate a fresh set of balls in and then grease those balls up as well. And then I can't get through this part without saying words that you will probably find funny. So you got to make sure your balls are all well lubed, everything's moving freely. I like white lithium. I know a lot of people like PTFE based greases. Basically, really any grease works. On the smaller rails, I prefer thinner greases. MGN 9s and up, I usually use like an NLG 1.5 or 2. But according to Highwind, they recommend, I believe it's NLG 0 or NLG 1 grease. It's a 3D printer. There's very little force on the rails themselves other than just the weight of the mechanics of everything. So you don't have to go for some super fancy Gucci grease. Literally any NLG 0 or 1 grease that doesn't have any additives, that would be like molybdenum, graphite, basically anything that can accidentally wear, because especially with Chinese rails or extrusions, the balls themselves usually aren't hardened to the same degree as like Highwind rails. They're fine, it's just they might wear if you're using a grease that may have something that's abrasive in it. And yes, I know graphite is a lubricant, but they don't recommend using graphite in these types of setups. And then also, I've started using these. Go buy a bunch of shop towels like this. They don't leave lint, or very, very little lint compared to your traditional like paper towels. PTFE WD-40. So this isn't WD-40. WD-40 is the brand. This is white lithium grease. Okay, high performance white lithium grease. This isn't WD-40. Okay, this is WD-40 brand white lithium grease. Okay, so don't actually use WD-40 as a lubricant. WD-40 itself is not a lubricant. It's water displacement. It's basically a rust preventative, or to loosen stuff up that's stuck. It's not actually a lubricant. Don't use it as a lubricant. Shop towels are cheap at Costco. Yeah, go buy a big old bag of them, like they come in the big bags, and just throw these all throughout your house. These are great. I've been using them on the Mando armor because you have to wipe down like all the sanding and whatnot, and these are great because they don't leave lint. Or very little lint. Like they do leave a little bit if they're like wet. It's a penetrating oil. I use it as a rust preventative, or that's what we used it for in the tool shop. No, but it is a penetrating oil. It penetrates, but it's not a lubricant. Don't use it as a lubricant. Okay, prep the rails. So we prep the rails, clean, blah, 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 blah. NLG 1 or 2, rated grease such as mobile, EP2. Is it 1 or 2 or 0, 1? I can't remember. Oh, hey, I did a video on it. That's not me. But I should have watched that so I can get my penny from the ad. Okay, 2 extrusions labeled I. So I are... And what's the difference between I and J? What's the difference between I and J? I, J. What's the difference between I and J? Are there any differences between I and J? I don't think so. I don't think there's any differences between I and J. Okay. I. No, the holes are the same. So they're 2 holes in the top, 2 holes in the top, and then middle hole, and they're on the same level. Yeah, so okay, whatever. I think they're just labeled different because 2 of them get rails and 2 of them don't. So just for purposes of like this chart here, this diagram. Yeah, okay. So two Z rails, which are the 200 mil ones. Okay. 14 M2 nuts. Squints, $5. Cheers. Have to hide my shop paper towels from the wife. She steals them. Open this up. There we go. So what do we need? M2 nuts. I won't need M2 nuts because I got these fancy things, which are all the same length. Okay. Are these tapped? They are tapped. Oh no, they are different lengths. Okay. Okay, so 2 of these. Yeah. Okay. And then what are these? So I won't need the 14 M2 nuts, but I will need M2 6s. M2 6s. And they are button head. Yep, button head. Okay. Printed parts, 2 Z-rail stops. Did I print those? I don't know if I printed those. Let me check my bin. And downloads. STLs, frame. Okay, I might have printed these. I don't know if I printed these parts yet. I did not. I did not print these parts. Shoot, I didn't print those parts yet. Okay, we'll have to make do without it. We'll have to make do without it. I'll just have to put a spare screw in there. And for now, so let me get them printing then. Put all these up here for now. That's okay. Slicer. Nice 3DP. Smash the like button. Okay. So we got V2 250. We've got Toasty PCCF will work. There we go. Is this the right profile? I think this is the right profile. Yeah. That cell fork master. STLs. Frame, rail stops. 2, 3, 4, 5. That. Slice now. Export. 11 minutes. Printers V226. Nope, not V226. Printers. LDO V2. Uploaded print. There we go. There we go. So we'll let that print. Hopefully they print pretty quick, and then we can put them on before we actually get to the point where we got to put the frame together, because otherwise we're gonna have a bad time. Okay, so put the 7 nuts in the 7 rail, skipping every other hole. Insert the rail nuts in the extrusions. Attach that. Align the bottom. Okay, so let's see here. So out. Over and down. How's the Arachne engine? I don't like it. It's under extruding. It's causing under extrusion issues. So I'm not really using it too much, unfortunately. These are, yeah, that's way too small even for that one. Get a full switch to it. I don't mind it being optional, but yeah, it's, I don't know, like, if you watch, like, Tom really liked it in his video, but I don't know if the under extrusion issues is straight up an Arachne issue engine altogether, or if it's just an issue with Super Slicer and Arachne engine. Because the under extrusion issues, like, here's the thing, most people don't care about under extrusion. It makes, that's why, like, you know, Prusa slicer automatically, for the Prusa profile, automatically goes to extrusion width 95 and under extrudes, because it's easier to make prints look good if you under extrude a little bit. The problem is when you're trying to print stuff that's strong and structural and to spec, you don't want to under extrude. Usually. Like usually under extrude on the outer layer, but on the inner layers, you want them strong. You don't want to under extrude. So yeah. Arachnidian giving me some weird deformed overhangs. Yeah, it may be the future, but it's like Tesla autopilot. It ain't here yet. Well, CNC kitchen and tried 0.6 and my walls were absolute garbage. Yeah, the problem is too, it's a different engine, so you can't just use the same profile. You may have to retune for that profile too. So. Okay. So we want that in, and we want 27 millimeters from the bottom. So I've got my little backer plate there. Slide that on. And I don't have my little spacers. I didn't print the guides either. I didn't print the guides. Shoot. I honestly didn't expect we'd be doing this today, so I'm in the process of printing everything. So let's add some guides to this. Print. STL's tools. MGM7 rail guides. Let's add 2 of those. Okay, this adds quite a bit of time to the print, unfortunately. But we can fix them later. There we go. Or actually, shoot. No. We got 2 printers here. We got 2 printers here. V226. Start heating your bed up. So you're going to print the rail stops and PCCF, because we're cool like that. Then you are going to print this on V250. And where's my ABS profile? I love this toast ABS profile. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. Okay. So 27 millimeters from the bottom. Print the guide on the bamboo and PLA. The bamboo isn't loaded with filament, and the problem is the bamboo with its auto calibration thing would probably take longer. So 27 millimeters. Okay. So 27. And what we'll do is we'll just snug them up, not tighten them. And then once we get the guides, I'll just go through and quickly square them up. Okay, there's one. Let's do the other one. And we got a go-to Raspberry Pi mount. I like the what is it? The OV. I can't remember what mount it is, but I got it in V226 there. What are we at right now? It's only 3 o'clock? Oh, jeez. I thought it was way later. I always run into this issue whenever I do like the first part of a build stream where it's like the unboxing will take a good chunk of the stream and then it's like 10 minutes. Super Slicer fixed the under extrusion was bug. Okay. Maybe I'll here's the thing. I don't like updating my Super Slicer too often just because there's like I like only updating on the full releases. I try to avoid using beta releases most of the time. What was the 27-minute change when Steve modified from the parts? I don't know. I haven't watched any of Steve's build. He's doing his with self-source components too. I'll follow the manual until I run into an issue. Because Steve's also doing a 120 build, but I don't think that would affect the 27 mil. Yeah, so I'm going to follow the manual until I run into issues, and then I'll deviate. Basically. Bed. I should probably get rid of this purge line that's just chilling here. I went out for dinner while Nero was unboxing. How much has I missed? I've unboxed it and now we're putting together the frame. But I forgot to print some parts, namely the rail guides and the end stops. So we're just kind of going as slow as we can while still putting it together. Okay. But also fast enough that I don't bore you guys. Okay. Oh, 22? Did I say 27? I meant 20. Oh, shoot. Hi, guys. My name's Taylor. I can't read. Why did I do 27? Me fail English? That's impossible. I said you don't have problems with permanent not sticking currently printed texture sheet with no glue. It's like a dream. Well, it's not on mine. But I've also changed my profile to print a lot slower for the first layer, and it's printing fine now. So maybe I was just going too fast on the first layer. Trying to buy some time for the print. Shh. Don't you be giving away my secrets. Why do you think I keep half the Mandalorian armor in here? So I can go on tangents. Okay. So we got that. So we put that on. Set up the bottom X extrusion. Okay, so we got these two done. There is a lot of room above the gantry on this one. Holy, am I? There is a lot of room above the gantry on this printer. Holy shit. How are the Hedamames holding up? They're holding up just fine. The only difference I'm noticing is the locking, like, because you can adjust the, like, where they sit. It's a little looser now, so I'm finding I'm having to adjust them every now and then just to make sure they're sitting right. But apparently, like, I've spoken to Vector, and there is an update coming for them. So, I find the reliability clicky probes. It's working. So is my PL probe, so. I'm very much, if it ain't broke, don't fiddle with it, and this has had the same probe for almost 3 years now, so. Okay. So we do that. We've done that. I got to put the stopper in once we get that done. Okay. One extrusion labeled C. So my C extrusion is this one. Okay, so I got one extrusion labeled C, which is this one right here. One Z rail, so that's MGN 200. Okay, and we put that on as well. Put the M7, skipping every other hole. Set the rail into extrusion. Attach MGM7 rail with M2 button head. Use the guide to center the rail. Align bottom from end before tightening screws. Use MGM for the end stop. Okay, so basically the same thing that we just did, but on this guy. So move these one down. How does my start procedure look on a V2? Heat up bed to temperature, heat up nozzle to 180, do probing routine, then heat up nozzle to temperature, do Z offset click, and then go to print after doing a quick little purge line in front of the printer. So it's not complicated. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And then I have it set up as a macro within Clipper. So in my actual slicer, my starting G code just is this. It's just simply print start extruder equals first layer bed equals this, status printing. And then my print end G code is literally print end, because it just calls up a macro that has all that stuff in it. But they usually the starting and ending G code, I believe, on the default configs are pretty good, or usually good enough for the majority of people. Like, if in doubt, just copy the Prusa start G code. Hey, David. How's the V2 coming along? Are you sticking? You better be sticking. Stealth burner is a great improvement. Yep, stealth burner is awesome. If you think that's an improvement over regular afterburner, wait till you play with mini stealth burner on a V0. So much better. Okay, there's no holes on this one. Both sides are tapped. What's better for direct drive, a small or a bigger purge line? So I cheat with my printers. Okay, I've done a few things to tweak stuff over the years to make things a little bit better for me being lazy. So one of them is I print with a skirt. All of my profiles, I print with a skirt, okay? Also, I do a big fat purge, okay? So my purge line is quite a bit of filament. The reason I do that is because when I change filament, I don't want to sit there and have to, because I run my printers in a way that my ending G code pulls the filament out of the nozzle. So that means when my printers are cool and off, I can literally go in there and pull the filament out. That way, if I want to change filaments to a different filament and print a new thing, I can literally go in there, pull the filament out, put the new color in, load it, and then when I hit print, usually the big purge line that I do, and then that skirt, which I do a big skirt, is enough to flush out the old color and get the new color going. So that way I don't have to sit here, heat my nozzle up to temperature, wait for it to get the temperature, and then do a manual purge in air and then clean it out. So I normally, like, because I don't change color between every print, yeah, I spend an extra 10-15 seconds doing purge and skirt at the start of every print. And yes, I do waste a little bit of material, not much though, when you think about it. But it allows me to save time and sit there from waiting, going, okay, heat up nozzle to 240. Okay, it's at 240. Okay, put the new filament in. Extrude 50 or 100 millimeters. Wait for that to finish. Okay, turn the heater off. Okay, retract it a little bit so it doesn't ooze. Okay, now I got to go under there and pull out that wasted filament, throw it in the garbage. No, I just do a big purge that does that automatically when I start a new spool. So that's what I do. Okay, so we're waiting on that. We're waiting on those to print. That guide should be done pretty soon. How are these guys coming along? Pretty good. Problem is I got minimum layer time on it, I believe. So it's only gonna go so fast. Any chance you could upload your macros or profiles for us? I don't know where to upload them to. That's the thing. I don't know where to upload them to. I need to set up a website at some point. I keep meaning to set up a website. I have 2 domains parked. Well, people have parked them for me, but I just need to actually go ahead and get that set up. GitLab. I don't know how to use GitHub, guys. I've tried to figure out how to use GitHub several times. It hasn't gone well, put it that way. Okay. So we've done that. We've done that with the blah, 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 blah. Using an M3, attach the M3 nut on top. I should probably download the CAD for this at some point. A and B are different lengths. Seriously? Yeah, okay. Those are different lengths. Okay. I don't want to place them on the Discord because not everyone's on the Discord. But I need to set up a website at some point. I'll be honest. Okay. For bottom X extrusion. One extrusion labeled E. So E is one of these. Okay, so one of these 3 without the hole. Oh wait, no. Okay, there we go. That's E. E. Yeah. Okay. AB or SB for ERKFA. If Stealth Burner is fully okay, so I don't know if Stealth Burner works with ERKFA yet, but if you can't go as much Stealth Burner as you can. It is a dramatic upgrade. Try to get a sponsorship from Squarespace. I would like to. Okay. Some random firm from I think it was Skillshare actually. It might have been Skillshare. Reached out to me and like, hey, we want to sponsor you, but it wasn't Skillshare directly. So because they were like a middleman, they wanted to pay me like nothing. I was like, go away. I'm not going to do Skillshare for 20 bucks. And then I look it up and I see how much Skillshare actually pays. So it's like, oh, so they pay you X and then you pay me X. So you're just cutting off the chop. No. Okay. So 2 M38 button head cap screws, 12 M3 nuts. Okay. So insert the M3 into each of the extrusion, leaving about 2 millimeters of clearance. Preload 4 M. Okay, what? Okay, so M38s. Where's M38s? I probably got a ton of these. Yeah, M38s. So put 2 M38s. Oh, those are M36s. Where's M38s? No sensor needed for the toolhead with on-arc for now. Oh, okay. We'll give you $10. Does not need toolhead. Okay. It's honestly, I'm not gonna lie, it's been a hot minute since I played with ERCFA. I just don't, my normal printing, I don't print multicolor, okay? So ERCFA for me, while cool, is just not something I use often. It's just not part of my normal rotation of printing. I don't print a lot of multicolor stuff. And I print more ABS than anything, and the printer I have it on isn't enclosed. So I'm finding I'm using the AMS more than the ERCFA. It just is what it is, unfortunately. Well, I don't know if it's unfortunately, but it is what it is. So. Okay, so, and now I need some nuts. Where are my nuts? Where are my nuts? Those are M2 nuts. M3 hex nuts. Big old baggie of M3 hex nuts. Okay. Preload 4 M3 nuts in the top of the extrusion and 8 in the bottom. Okay. Look at all my nuts. Okay, note to self. Put the nuts in before putting the screws in so you can actually easier get them in. Okay. And 8 in the bottom. Oh yeah, Sanity's not here today to approve all the messages. Okay, if you said something, a funny joke involving nuts, it probably got auto-moderated. I can see it, but chat can't see it. Why are we ambushing Yuri? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. 3, 4. Now, I was going to use them, but it's not part of this kit, so I'm not going to use them. I'll save them for like the V2 or the VE02 update. I've already dropped an M2 nut or an M3 nut. But I do have some fancy stuff somewhere. I can't remember where the box is, but they're like special made M3 nuts specifically for 1515 extrusion, and I got them from LDO. So we're waiting on those to show up, or I'm going to use those in a future build. But because this build doesn't use them, I won't, like this kit doesn't have them, I won't use something else besides this kit because we're reviewing the kit. Set up the bottom Y extrusion. Okay, so this is, that goes there. Okay, 2 extrusions labeled H. H, 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 H. H, 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 H. Are these the same length? You use a different length than H? Is the printer not square? E, H. Yeah. Okay, I guess the printer frame itself is not square. Cool, I did not know that. Okay, so 2 extrusions, 4 into that. 34, what? Wow, that's a lot of okay, okay. That's a lot of M3 nuts. Okay, so we got to put insert M3H into each end of the extrusion, leave about 2 millimeters clearance. Okay. Okay, those ones are done. They catch the maniac. I know they got one of the guys got one of the. Okay, I'm on YouTube, so I got to be careful with my language. One of the guys unalived the other guy, apparently, and in the process got a boo-boo, and they're still looking for the guy who was not unalived. But that is like is it Manitoba? So that is like a full day and a half drive away from me, like a 30-hour drive away from me. So it's not anywhere near me. He did not pew him. From my understanding, he kniffed him. I don't know. Saskatchewan. Okay, so yeah, that's 2 provinces away from me. So yeah, it's a while. Okay, so 2 M3 nuts in the top of the extrusion. So, oh, wrong button. Go with this view. We haven't used this view yet today. Let's go. There we go. Okay, so 2 in the top. 1, 2. 1. Okay, 2. Okay. 7 in the bottom. Okay. 1, 2. 1, 2. He pokeyed him. Yes. And this sounds really bad to be talking about this situation in these terms, but it's YouTube. So I can swear, but there are certain topics that I shouldn't be talking about on YouTube, or words that I will say that will get auto-moderated. And considering we just got my membership stuff working again, I don't want to risk it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So yeah, so for those that missed the conversation at the top of the hour when we started the stream, we're halfway through right now, so I'll give an update. If you donated a membership or gifted a membership, in the past 2 streams, they got refunded. YouTube decided to just not work for 2 streams. It's working now though, so just be aware if you get an email from Google saying your gifted membership was refunded, that's why. So unfortunately it didn't go to anyone. So on the bright side, you didn't get charged. It's just, you know, it didn't work, which kind of sucks for me, but it is what it is. Okay, 7 on the bottom and then 4 on each side. Okay, so that's 7, those match. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Although I did find out from talking to YouTube, the way it works with dishing out gifted memberships, one, you have to be currently in chat. I don't know if you have to be subscribed to the channel, but if you're not subscribed to the channel, consider becoming subscribed. It doesn't cost you anything. And you have to be active. That's one thing I didn't know. So if you're currently in chat and you're not a member of the channel, and you wish for somebody to, you know, if they gift a membership, that you getting the chance of getting said membership, you have to be active, apparently. So everyone who is not a member, say hi, introduce yourself. How many streams do you think this build will take? I don't know. This is probably, I'll be honest, the least prepared I've been going into a build in a while. I don't even have all the parts printed because I didn't know when this kit would show up. And yeah. Gimus 1027 gifted $10. Cheers, thank you. Okay, so we got 2, 4, 7. 2, 4, 4, 7. There we go. Okay. Ooh, engagement. Yeah. I mean, I could do it the old way where I just mute the stream for a bit, but people got angry about that, apparently. The amount of people that get angry over little things on YouTube is astounding. Hello, all the new people. Don't forget to like that smash button. Okay. Done that. Printed parts. None. To do, grab a picture. See, this manual is still in progress. Okay. So since we're going to start doing the frame, let's actually finish up these extrusions here with the rails and do them properly because we didn't have the printed parts we needed. I will say Prusament ASA pops off the bed so nice. Fortunately, I'm running quite low on it. Okay. So, let's fix this. Not enough ads. I can push the add button if you guys want ads. I can do that if you want. Like, I literally have a button, and I hate it because it annoys me because it keeps popping up throughout the stream saying, now would be a good time to run an ad. But I literally do have a button that I can push and give you guys an ad. Next time the dog barks. Yeah, I could do that. Okay, so make sure you are in the right position. Okay, that's good. Actually, I'm doing it wrong. Whenever you're tightening these little itty bitty button head cap screws, try to avoid like torquing on them with the if you got a ball, is this a ball screw? Yeah, a ball screw or a ball head Allen key, because you can very focus. You can very easily snap the ball off in the button head. And if you do that, you're probably never going to get it out without drilling it. So be very careful. Yeah, it's not fun. I've done it many times at, like, when I worked at the tool shop. Well, not many times. It happens every now and then. And when it happens, when you're using a 1-inch screw with a 3/4 inch Allen key at the bottom of an 8-inch hole, because that's the only Allen key you had that reached the bottom of an 8-inch hole, and then you got to try and drill out that screw with a loose ball head Allen key or ball in there from the Allen key. That's when you start to use a lot of profanity. There are words you didn't even know existed that you will figure out. Sounds horrifying. Yeah, what we ended up doing was using a steel tube that fit down far enough. Like just like a black steel, like a black, you know, your average black piping. Found one that was big enough that you could put down that like covered up the ball, but didn't touch the screw. And then we just got a MIG gun and just kind of put the gun down as far as we could and pulled the trigger. And it just kind of welded it, enough splatter welded the ball to the pipe that we could pull it out. No, it was not the right way to do it, and it was sketchy AF, but it worked. Because every time we tried to drill it out using the radial drill, the drill bit, it just wouldn't bite because it would just spin the ball. It would just spin the ball. But we lost like 4 hours of our life to trying to fix that. So don't break the balls off in your Allen keys. Or in your, yeah, don't break your balls off. A strong magnet? Nope, magnet wouldn't work. Like, you would need a, remember, this is a 3/4 inch Allen key. And the ball is wedged. So what size, where were these? M38 and an M39. Okay, so M38 button head. Button head. Sounds painful. It sucked. Wear a hex tool. I will say, the job I had, nobody bought expensive tools because you would have to modify your tools. What do I mean by that? So you would have to grind away your tools occasionally and just like hack them up to make things work. Because all the tools were custom that you were building and stuff didn't always fit. So I think this is the one I don't have the size for. Yeah, this is the one I don't have the size for. That'll work. So imagine you have, you know, you're trying to put together a tool, and that tool has, you know, it's all together, but you got to get in there and tighten something with a wrench. But the wrench itself does not fit. So guess what? You take it to the grinder and you grind away what you need to grind away to make it fit. Or you literally, I've have torches, or wrenches that I've taken a an oxy torch to it, so that I could bend the arm so I can get in there on a certain angle to make it work. So you don't buy good tools doing the work I did, because your tools get destroyed. And it's not, you know, buy good tools so they don't get destroyed. No, you destroy your tools, because all the tools are custom. And if the engineer didn't design clearance into it, and the tool has tryout tomorrow, and it's fully built, and you don't want to spend 16 hours ripping the tool apart, so you can put it on a machine for 20 hours, so that you can rebuild it for 6 hours, because they didn't put the right amount of clearance in for like a lifter foot, you're going to figure out a way to make it work very quickly. So, yeah. What's the red thing on the switch wire? It's a print that I printed a while ago that's been living on the switch wire, because I don't use the switch wire too much. So however long that's been there, that was the last time I used the switch wire. It's a sand something. Can't remember who did it. Same person who does all the Cinder Wings. It's a Cinder Wings model, I believe. Okay, that sticks up a little bit above. Okay, so those are there. Okay, so we got that done. Put these standoffs in there so I don't lose them. Okay, stop avoiding the question. The magnitude of failure or an epic real need. What do you mean avoid the question? I've been tweeting about it and showing it on stream many times over the past, like, I tweeted this out, what, 2 days ago. It's still in progress. It's like a lot of pieces. Oh, you want to say hi? Want to come say hi, buddy? Yeah, come say hi. You can say hi. Come on. Okay, Coda. Yeah, come say hi. Does autofocus work? Yeah, autofocus would work. There we go. How you doing, buddy? You doing good? How you doing? You doing good? You just want to come say hi? Oh, you want pets? Yeah. I'm trying to work here. Hey, I'm Cinder Wings Dune Striker. There you go. I knew it was like sand something, but yeah, Dune Striker. Oh, look at those dapper eyes. Are you being a good boy? Are you guarding the house? Are you guarding the house? Yes, you are. Okay, I gotta get back to work. Bye. He needs a bath. Shedding like crazy again. I gotta go brush him, but his hair is all oily. Fifth scale, RC is key for Duff. Doggo, $2. Cheers. And Bearded Bucket, thank you for coming, remember. How old is Doggo? He's 11. He is 11. Okay to enter if you won one time? Yeah, that's fine. How old is Doggo? Oh, I already answered that. Yeah, 11. There's 420 people watching? Nice. However, we do not have 420 likes. Is the button broken? Is the button broken? Maybe. I don't know. Could somebody check? Okay. So we've done that. Set up the front bottom X extrusion. Done that. Set up the Y extrusions. Done that. Assemble the left corner of frame. Okay. So we need an I extrusion. Okay. An H extrusion, which is that one. Okay. And then the E extrusion, which is this one, which, if I'm not mistaken, the E extrusion is the X extrusion, which has insert 3 on each, 4 on top, and then 8 on the bottom. Yeah, okay. Ooh, this is fun. And H3D, $2. Cheers. Tuning for Doggo. Thank you. Okay, so if this goes well. Oh, that comes out a bit. Okay. So this goes on like that. And I can't use this. And I can't use that. Okay. Okay. So that goes there, that goes there, that's that. E is that. Assemble front right of frame. So we got another I and then an H. Square on the inside too. Well, if they're square on the outside, they should be square on the inside, and it is. So we're good. Usually I don't check the insides until everything's together, because the extrusions themselves, I say this every time we play around with a V-wheel, extrusions are not perfection. Extrusions are extruded. You just take metal and you shove it through a die, and what comes out is these things. So these have a tendency to be bowed and twisted and bent. So basically you want all mating surface flush to each other. So that's what I'm doing right here. I'm making sure, because usually the outsides are like your best bet, instead of like trying to go off cut sides. So I basically make it so that this, you know, is on a flat surface, it's squared, it should be facing straight up. This extrusion's on a flat surface, so it should be, you know, square. And then I put this machinist square against the side there just to hold it so that this wall and the wall of this are tight or flat to each other when I tighten it. And then I put this one on, do the same thing. And then when I go to put the last one on, that's when you can actually like square up the frame, because the frame can be bowed. It can be, you know, concave. These are not precision things. Like they're not. Fortunately, it is what it is. Just get it close enough. Yeah, there's. You have to remember, in a 3D printer, a lot of the frame is just to hang the motion system in. So on a V2, it matters a lot more because your Z, you know, rides up on the extrusions. But on something like my V1, the only thing that really matters is that top plate where your gantry sits. The Z is just kind of hanging off the extrusions. So if they're out a little bit, you can make up for it by just kind of moving stuff around. Okay. So rear bottom. So I'm going to need this guy that we've already put together. This doesn't look right. My C extrusion doesn't look right. Put 7 and insert the new. I don't know. It's just the spacing don't look right, or maybe it's because it doesn't have the printed part on it. But like, this is my C extrusion, like, and that don't look right. Did I grab the right one? Yeah, I grabbed the right one. Why does this not look right? So I grabbed the wrong extrusion. That's why. I grabbed the wrong extrusion. That's why. That's right. I got my B and C mixed up. Yeah. Or I got my C and D mixed up. No, yeah, I did grab C. D is longer. So then why doesn't this look right? This doesn't look right at all. Let me download the CAD for this. Here's 4 ants. Optical illusion? I don't know. I just want to make sure I'm CAD. Download. Got Yuri in chat. That ain't what I want. Oh wait, I have the CAD already downloaded. Downloads. SolidWorks master. CAD. Master 150 millimeters. So this is close enough because it's a 160. More apps. Where is? Shoot. That's not what I want. That's not what I want. Fusion. Open Fusion first. It's a 160. So I don't know. I'm just looking. Look at this part here, where it's install the C rail, and see how the gap at the top is the same at the bottom, but on my actual C rail or extrusion, the gap at the bottom, which is oh wait, no, the gap would be smaller because it's sitting on top of the extrusion. So what? How much do I space it? Does it say how? Oh, I'll just pull up the CAD here. I didn't see any numbers, so I spaced it the same. Although it would be 15 millimeters less, right? CAD. SolidWorks master. It just, where does it show where to put it? It doesn't say anything. Rail stop. Insert rail. Use the center rail. Align the bottom of the Z rail from end before tightening the screws. But what is the distance? It doesn't tell me the distance. Like it's 22 minus 15. 2 to 3. Where does it say that though? Like I'm bringing this up because others will run into this issue. So 7 millimeters, yeah. So it doesn't say this in the. I don't see 7. Oh no, put 7 screws. Yeah, it doesn't say anything about spacing. So there it is. So 7 millimeters. Okay, let me adjust this. Step 5. Did I not read it? Can I not read? Is that step 5? Align bottom of rail 7 millimeters from end. Oh, geez, I can't read. Never mind. Can you fail English again? That's what happens when you're doing it live. You think too much and you skip it. ahead, strip that. Words are hard. That's okay. At this point, I'd be using my LTT screwdriver if I had one. Instead, I got to use this. Mega Pro LTT. But did you not watch the Project Farm video? The LTT is better than the Mega Pro. Like, it actually is better than the Mega Pro, according to everything he did in terms of, like, overall score. Okay. So there we go. Fix that. But Kenneth, we're not talking about price. We're talking better. Cost is a different thing altogether. Is it a better bang for your buck? Arguably. But in terms of sheer numbers, you don't look at price when it's, is this a better car? A Ferrari is a better car than, you know, a Corolla. We can argue that. Take price out of the equation. Well, except for it might not carry as many people or be as good on the fuel. But you know what I mean. Okay, so... Okay, so we've done that, we've done that, we've done that. Okay, so C and G is the one with the middle hole. There we go. So I'm assuming F and G are the same. Okay, so let me just double check. Both tapped on both ends, both no extra hole. Okay, so we've got that. I don't know what this extrusion is. Okay. You don't have to use the custom bits. You can use regular bits. It just doesn't hold as many. They use the standard bit. The only thing is the LT bits are shorter. Okay, add one on each end. I can do that. Well, define better. So in my case here, the LTT screwdriver is not meant to be a screwdriver for those that work on cars. It's meant for people working on like computers and whatnot. So the ratcheting mechanism being, you know, takes less force. Basically, if you're using it with smaller screws like you would on a 3D printer, it would probably be a better screwdriver than some of the other ratcheting screwdrivers with replaceable bits. Same with the bits not coming out, because we use a lot of cheap screws in 3D printers. So you want one with a strong magnet and bits that don't get stuck easily. So when you're trying to, you know, ratchet on a, you know, a 6mm or a 3mm bolt going into tapped aluminum extrusion, which those ones aren't tapped, but I don't think they need to be. Hey, maybe it is a thing. Okay. I don't know. I got one on order. When it shows up, I'll test it and see how it goes. Okay, add 8mm nuts from the bottom of the G extrusion. Okay, so I can do that. So on the bottom of the G extrusion. Too big and heavy. That probably will come up. But hey, I bought one. When it shows up, we'll have some fun with it and see if it's worth it. We'll try build with it or something. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So, and then 2 on the back. 1, 2, 2 on the front. 1, 2. Okay. And then add 4 on the top of the G. 3 of these should be on the left half and 1 on the right half. Is that looking from the front or looking from the back? I'm assuming looking from the front. I know they put a lot of work. I watched the video. And as somebody who has like a bit of history in tool making, I understand they put a bit of, I think they got fleeced a little bit by the mold maker. But otherwise, they did put work into it. Yeah, they could have just slapped their name on Mega Pro and call it a day. Okay. 3 should be on the left, 1 on the right. Okay, so I'm assuming that's looking from the front. So let me just double check this. So we're open there. Yeah, so we got, yeah, okay. So there's the 1, and then there's 3. Okay, so that is looking from the front. Okay. Okay. Button, there we go. Okay. Attach the extrusion in the middle of the G extrusion. Okay. So. What the heck are you guys going on about? Okay, I gotta take one of these out so I can put the extrusion in there. Okay, let's see here. Oh, almost sent all my nuts flying. Joseph, $10. Cheers. Let's get this stupid question out of the way. What are you doing? What printer is this? I'm a locksmith and I'm a locksmith. Okay, so 128 millimeters. 127, so I gotta move it half a mil this way. Okay. I'm a lockpicking lawyer now. Sure, let's go with that. Where did I? It's the right way. This is why you get an 8-inch versus getting a 6-inch, because it actually is a lot more handy. So that is 128 millimeters. That's 127. So I gotta go ever so slightly. 127.38. $127.92. Half a mil. I'm okay with half a mil. That's why you get both 6-inch and 8-inch and 12. Well, I've got the 6-inch right here, and the 12 inches underneath. Also get digital, because with digital, you can easily switch it between metric, standard, and all the other measurements you might want. All those people are like, oh, don't know, you have to get a dial indicator. It's got to be a manual one. It's got to, no, get a digital. Because I can push a button and switch between inches and all the other ones. Okay. So rear frame assembly from previous step, rear Z from previous step, 2 extrusion J's, which I'm assuming are the other ones. Yeah. The holes. Try these guys. Okay. 8 M3 nuts, preload 4 on each side of extrusion J. Okay, wait. Okay. Preload 4 nuts into the side of the extrusion J. Extrusion 3. Repeat the same extrusion 4. What do you mean the side? What do you mean the side? There's 4 sides to this. Are we talking the outside? Are we talking the outside? I'm assuming is the backside? 1, 2, 3. The inside? Where? Yes, outside for panels. Okay, so we're talking, okay, well, it's got 3. So 4 and 4 on the 2 outsides. Although I guess I don't need to put them in now because I haven't put the top on. So we'll just put them in for now. Yes, side and back are used interchangeably in the manual. Okay. Okay, so well, here, let me put the frame together and then we'll drop the, so I don't accidentally send any of these nuts that are floating free right now out on adventures. Okay, so those holes line up. Shit, that's what I meant. Don't want to do that. Jeff, thank you for becoming a member. Okay, that's that. That goes there. Okay. Oh, that one out enough. There we go. Nice and square. Voila. Voila. Get the dog hair out of that. I literally think I got dog hair in this rail that's now gumming it up. Okay. Docks are fixed on that side. Okay. So I got to put 4 on the outside. Are we putting any? Well, if they're on the outside, you don't have to preload them at all, right? Because you could preload, you could put them in at any point, right? If we're talking about putting 4 in here on that side and then in the back, you could put them in at any time, right? Like you don't need to put them in now, like anything for the panels because they're verticals, right? Because then we should have preloaded them in here too for the same reason. Yeah, so there's no point putting those on yet. They're just gonna fall out because there's nothing in the bottom. So if I preload extrusions in the side, they're just gonna fall right out. Yeah, there's nothing to hold them in there anyway, so there's no point in preloading those nuts in. And then if you look on here, nope, not that. Check the CAD. There's nothing that's below these extrusions, below the Y. So yeah, it don't matter. Yeah, it don't matter. Ooh. I hate when they don't orientate, right? Yeah, okay, so we'll ignore that. Okay, so skip that. Y rails now. Okay. We're talking 408, 408. Okay, remember, if you haven't entered to win the Polymaker filament, link in the description, do that now. Okay, so I need 2 extrusion H's. And extrusion H's, I hate how I'm having to scroll up all the way for these, are all of these guys that are exactly the same. So I think I got 2 of them here. They fit in here. That'll do. Okay. And I haven't checked if any of these are all the same length. I'm assuming they are. Scroll all the way back down. Okay. So 2 extrusion H's, 2 MGM 7 rails, 200 for 230 for the 160, which are these guys right here. Okay. 14 M2 nuts, skip that. 14 M36, 4 M38s, 10 M3 that. Okay. So put 7, or it's skipping every other hole, insert the rail into the extrusion, attach. Okay, so let's put that together. So get the little boys out. Where are they all at? Where are they all at? Where are all my little screws? M3. There we go. M26. These guys. You can go over here. You can go over there. You are for the bigger one. Okay. Your community has some hilarious comments. Engaged, dude. It's not all task, man. I do what I can. The chat are adults. They can entertain themselves at a time. At least I think most of you. According to the Google metrics, most of you are middle-aged adult men, so. All I gotta do is make a dad joke every now and then. You guys find it hilarious. Run off on tangents. Oh, we do tangents all the time. How was the last hour and a half of the Saturday stream? That was a productive stream. Mando armor is great. Excited to take it to a con. I don't know if I'm going to take it to a con because I don't live near any cons really. Like Windsor does have a Comic-Con, but it's pretty small and it's near the end of October. So maybe I'll try and bring it just to do it. If anything, I'm just wearing it for Halloween when I go trick-or-treating with the little guy. Let's be honest, Nero's not a gaming streamer. I will say I do model a lot of my stream, and I've mentioned this. I do model a lot of the way I run things off of like a big Twitch streamer. That's why I have chat on screen. I got the little pop-ups and everything. But I don't fully, you know, I'm not all in on that, right? Like, I still do the show, but I use chat as part of the show, not the show. Okay. So attach them with to use the rail guide, center the rail on the extrusion, align one of the rail 24 millimeters from the end. Okay. There we go. I can read. Need more bunny ears. I don't even know where that hat's at. Okay. 24 millimeters. Well, I eyeballed that pretty dang close, I will say. Middle age is come and gone. Oh. 6 years from the midlife crisis here, so. Actually, let me use this so I don't strip them. Is that countertop? No, it's not countertop granite. It's just a laminate countertop. I was actually going to try and do bamboo. But bamboo, this countertop right here, this one I just replaced, this is just laminate. This is a offcut of quartz that I picked up from a countertop manufacturer that I use for building frames on because it's pretty dang flat. Okay, this one's good. And then, what is it? Put an end stop on line 1 end 24, add M38 and an M3 nut, attach the rail stop on the opposite end. Okay. So bamboo is a printer, not a table. No, I said bamboo with 2 O's, not bamboo with a U. You got to listen. You can hear the different pronunciation. Well, I don't know where that one went. Oh, there it is. Turn up my mic. Is my mic too quiet? Audio is really low for you. I'm close to peaking. I can bump it up, but I'm close to peaking if I talk loud. So I did bring it up. I can go loud. I don't like going loud because I peak. You can also turn up your volume. Usually, I'll admit, I don't like playing with my settings unless multiple people have an issue. Because usually if it's, no offense, but usually if it's just one person that's having an issue, it's usually more their setup versus my setup. At least from I've noticed. Because the audio thing has been a thing occasionally, but then a lot of people are like, oh, your audio's too loud. So I drop it back down. Same with the background music. Like right now, the background music's negative 28 decibels. And if I bring it up, I get a lot of people that complain that it's too loud. But if I drop it, but I get the odd person that says right now it's too quiet. So. Nero does peak. Well, we tried, but then the front fell off. So we don't do peak too often because the front falls off when we do peak. Left, right. There shouldn't be balance. I output my audio as mono. Or at least I did before OBS updated, so hopefully that didn't change. But all my audio I output as mono. I don't do left, right, or any of that fancy stuff. Because it's just me talking and with some quiet background music. There shouldn't really need to be the need for left, right audio balance. Can't be where build a house out of bamboo. That's already probably a common thing in Southeast Asia or anywhere they grow a lot of bamboo. Like, it's a common building material in a good chunk of the world, if I'm not mistaken. Laptop speakers, that would explain it. Here's my thing. When I have used headphones, I don't even have speakers on my computer upstairs. I just use headphones because, you know, there's multiple people in my house and I don't want to wake up the wifey if I'm playing games late at night or something. So bamboo is fast growing. So why does a bamboo countertop cost like 250 bucks if it's basically a weed? Is this a 160? This is a 160. Seems as big as the bamboo. Let's find out. Let's find out. So, line that up. Okay, so this frame is now lined up with the edge of that frame. And the bamboo is 90 millimeters bigger, roughly. Okay, so what's 160 plus 90 is 250, right? Yeah, so 250. The bamboo is 256. So if you were to scale this up to the same size, you get the same build volume. With Core XY, there's always going to be a well-designed Core XY will have roughly the same amount of excess printer size to print volume. So you'll always have like an extra X amount on each side because you need room for the motion system, essentially. And a good Core XY is pretty compact, so it's usually pretty minimal. So yeah, the difference in print volume comparing this machine to that machine, if you were to scale it the same in the XY, is very minimal. Yeah, and then you have a normal Trident 250. Although this would be a little bit smaller because the extrusions are 5 millimeters smaller. So you would save a little bit of space. But if you're going to go to 250, just build a regular Trident. 1515 extrusions probably don't scale that well. Okay. Oop, wrong button. Okay. So attach MGN7 rails with M2. Okay, done that. Align one end. Okay, use the M3 nut. Attach the opposite end. Done that. Add one M38 to each end of the extrusion. Okay, I can do that. What do you think about builds are in the 190 range? Yeah, why 190? What are you using for the bed? Like, if anything, I would say 180. So you're at least using Prusa mini size beds, because then you can get flex plates and heaters and whatnot are already like kind of an existing size. So 180 makes a little bit more sense. 190 is some weird oddball size, unless you're doing it for a specific reason. Yeah, or the 180 micron. Yeah, like 180 makes more sense. But then you can use Prusa bed frame and carriage and whatnot. Okay. 2 low gap. Preload 2 M3 nuts on the top of the M3. Okay. Preload 2 M3 nuts on the top and 2 M3 nuts in the bottom between the rails and the rail stop of the extrusion. Okay. Nuts out, so 2 on the top. And 2 on the bottom. Prusa mini bed is 190. Yeah, but there's overhang. You always want the bed, like in a perfect world, you always want your bed being bigger than your print volume. So that way you don't have to like worry about, you know, if you get your flex plate not on perfectly or whatever, you can go off the bed. And all you do is you just offset it on one side for your Z switch. Like usually though, what I like to do is use a bed itself that is equal size and then get a 5 or 10 millimeter oversized flex plate on top. I find that's kind of the good middle ground. Okay. Okay, then we, okay, frame from previous step, attach. The exact distance from the top one will be set later. The rail should be facing the bottom. Okay. So, and we have the end stops towards the front. Okay. So let's do this now. And we'll set the right side later. Whoop. We'll just kind of put it in there for now. Okay. Would be smaller. This is the bigger one. There's a 120 and a 260 or and a 160. This is the 160. So this is bigger than the smaller one by 40 mil. Baby switchwire. People have done baby switchwire. There's already a few mods of that, I believe. Okay. Attach the top extrusions. 2H, 2E's. Okay. 28 M3 nuts, 8 M312s. Okay. Ah. That was close. Okay, and this one I believe is held on with printed parts, this extrusion. So that one, am I right? Oh no, yeah, that's just printed parts. That one's held on with printed parts. And then printed parts, yeah. Okay. So we've got dog hair. So we got 2 long ones that go there, and 2 short ones that go there. Okay. So put my nuts in the wrong bag. Okay, so let's put M3/8 in each of these. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Much better build size than a 120. Yeah, it does make more sense. Like, let's be honest, it makes more sense to do a 160 than a 120. The only cool thing about the 120 is it's nice and small and cool. And then I was actually kind of tempted to see if maybe this, you know, make this another higher temp printer and maybe try and dick around with Peak again in Ultim. But it's very early, but somebody reached out to me and there might be a better printer that I might use. So we'll see, we'll see. What printer is this? It's an ANET. Yeah. And I scratched the inside of my arm off the top of one of these extrusions, and I'm not liking it right now. What's more Gucci, Salad Fork, or Micron? Technically the Micron because of the quad gantry leveling, but they are literally just small versions of a V2 and a Trident. So, like, they are literally just small versions of a V2 and a Trident. The ANET A8 would be hot enough to get you in the Ultim. Pro 3D roping into a Valk. I don't know what the Valk is, so no. Okay. So we need a 4 into the top of each extrusion, 4 into the sides of extrusion H. These will face the outside of the printer. Okay, so which ones are H? I'm assuming H are the bigger ones. The bigger ones, okay. Okay, so here's all the jibber jabber that we're doing right now. Okay. So 4 into the top of each extrusion, okay. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's 4. 1, 2, 3. This is so much fun, isn't it? While I'm doing this, if you haven't had the chance to enter to win some Polymaker filament, link in the description. We give away a spool every stream. And if you just want to buy some, which you may want, because, you know, they make some good stuff, there's also a link in the description as well. Affiliate link doesn't cost you anything extra. It goes towards supporting the channel. There's also links in the description as well if you want to help support the channel, content I create, things I do. Consider becoming a channel member, Patreon supporter. Goes a long way. Okay, so we got that. Okay, so preload 2 nuts into the side of the H extrusion. These will face the outside. Okay. One, two. One, two. Okay. And preload 2 nuts in the bottom of the G extrusion. This will go in the rear of the frame. Wait, preload 2 nuts into one side of extrusion G. This will go rear of the printer. Preload 2 nuts in the bottom of the same G extrusion. Okay. So this one will get 2 in the back. And then 2 in the bottom. Okay. Add 1 M38 in each end to the extrusion, leave a 2mm gap. Attach the extrusions to the frame. Okay. So I think that's it. Micron be considered a 2.4 mod. Yes. What are the colors going to be? Silver and black. Why is the name Salad Fork? Because Salad Fork is a small trident. So I'm going to get these on and then we'll square them all up after I get them all on. We'll flip it upside down. Okay, just trying to figure out why do we need those in the bottom? Oh, it's for that. Oh, okay. So 2 in the back, 2 in the bottom. Yep. There we go. What time are we at anyways? 4:34. Nice. Good time. I wanted to get the frame done. That was kind of the goal, and it looks like we're big good there. 4 on the top. Oh, help if I extend the screw. Comes with a V0 display, but you may have left it out of the box. You did. Twice. I might have a spare one. Let me go. I'll check after stream or later tonight when I get a chance. There we go. I believe that is it. Okay, let me flip it over and we'll actually square up everything and all the extrusions go everywhere. So first, loosen everything, shipping now. Okay. I think it'll be a while before we get to installing the screen, so I'm in no rush. Just shipping costs. Okay. Go. And I believe that's it. Okay. That's nice and square. Okay, that one's out a bit. Or actually, no, because the printed, yeah, it's the printed part. It's the rails. Can't check that because the rails are sticking out past the frame. But I'm assuming of a cube that has, what, 8 sides? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides. If 4 of the sides are good, most of them are good. There we go. Cool. Frame's done. Da, 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 da. There you go. Cool. And it's all square. This is why I like blind joints more than open builds corner cubes. See how easy it goes together when it's actually, like, you know, properly squared. Is it too late for the film? Nope, you can, we draw at the end of stream. So the streams are normally 3 hours, so 5 o'clock or 20 minutes from now. Don't flame the Voron kit. I will. Look at this. That unanodized aluminum just glides on the quartz. It's cube, not square. You're get what I mean. I need to get a new battery for this. What does this take? I can't open that. I don't think I've ever changed the battery. This is a legit Minatoyo, so it doesn't have like the battery creep drain that like the cheap ones have. I don't even know if I've ever changed the battery in it. But it's finally dying. LR44. Okay. Put my screws away so I don't lose them. You know, I've already sacrificed some to the floor gods. Oh, Sanity's here. We got one of these left. That is for that one. Put these in here. Okay, so let's see where we left off. Align the Y extrusion. Print the Y. Yeah, so I got to print a spacer. So let's do that right now. Let's print these missing things that I'm missing. Get those printed. So tools. So I don't need the drill guide. 1.6 millimeter backer. What is 1.6 millimeter backer drill guide? I don't think I need the drill guides. So I already did that. Gonna need that. Gonna need that. And actually, can I even use this? Because it's... Oh, no, the spacing should be the same, right? So what is that? That is... How big is that? 122 millimeter? Or no, that's position size. 128 millimeters. Yeah, that is... Okay, so I do need to print 2 of those. Okay. So print 2 of those. Line. Slice now. Export. Save. So we'll print that because we're going to need those. And then delete, 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 delete. Go back to the 300. CCF. That. Okay, so we got to print more stuff. So STL. So frame. We got to print all these. Okay. Okay. I think I printed all the gantry stuff already. Did I print all the gantry stuff? I can't remember. Where's my box of stuff? I did. Yeah, I did. Because I got XY joints and whatnot. Yeah, XY joints. Okay, so I already printed that. Motion. I printed all of this already. Okay. Yep, I did all of that. So clicky, we got to print some clicky stuff. Skirts, tool head. I got to print the different tool head. Okay. Okay, I will slice this up for now. Get that going. Get that going. Save. Printers, GOV2. Upload and print. There we go. My Minotaur is LR44. If your Minotaur is eating through batteries really quick, double check to make sure you have a legit Minotaur. Because the clones eat through batteries and the legit ones do not. Ooh, what I miss? What I miss? What I miss? Who became a member? Dudes, thank you for becoming a member. Paul Norkel, thank you for becoming. Weren't you already a member? Laszlo, $5. Cheers. I'm a lurking noob, but I enjoy the pace of these sessions. Cheers. Yeah, no rush. We just, you know, kind of build the printer as we build it. Okay, so we got that. We got that. I'll make sure I'm getting more. So again, we won't be building this on Friday. Friday, we're going to be playing around with the drop effect. So I've got a mount printed for it. We're going to put this guy in Toasty. Or correction, not Toasty, in Big Papa Joey P. I was hoping it came with more than one nozzle, but it only comes with one. And it's a 0.4. So I was hoping I would have a bigger nozzle to play with. But it only has one nozzle. It's a 0.4, unfortunately. And it's proprietary nozzles, unfortunately. So we're going to be using that. But it's got a kinematic mount. So I think it dodges the patent that Slice has. Because it's got a kinematic mount. So it's not a rigid mount. It's a kinematic mount. So there are no V6 Obsidians yet. Yeah, that kind of got delayed. Kind of a weird setup. I don't like it doesn't have strain relief. I don't know. I'll talk about it more on stream because obviously this is not the XG drop effect stream, but I do like it. I do like the mounting options. This thing's got great mounting options. So that will be Friday. Actually, let me open this up. I gotta see. How do I even open this? Let's slide it open. I can't slide it open. Hoping I didn't get anything, any chemicals in it or anything, because it's... Oh, there's a screw to lock it. Forgot about that. Oh, I need an actual bit that will fit. No, I need a tiny bit. Yeah, it's got a screw in the back. I just realized that. There we go. Oh wait, no, that screw takes off my tensioning arm. Yeah, that's not the screw for what I need. That's the screw for my ratcheting arm, or the dial. I don't want to play with that. Wow, that's really tight. Why is that so tight? I'm hoping I didn't spill some like acetone on it or anything over the years. And yeah, there's a screw right there on the back, but that doesn't take off. That takes off like the part with the dial here for this part. On the front, there's nothing. There's... I'm hoping I didn't like accidentally like weld it shut, spilling something on it, because we used like acetone and kerosene a lot at work for cleaning. Yeah, so that moves. Why are you locked? Oh, there we go. It is a, what do I have in here? 357/303 battery. Yeah, it's a 357/303 battery. That's not an LR44. Yeah, Energizer 357/303. Someone got a knockoff Minatoyo. Hopefully it's not me. I've had this thing for like 8 years. I bought it off somebody at work, so. Now it won't turn on. Oh, maybe if I... Yeah, it won't turn on now. But the battery was dying, so maybe it actually did die. Yeah, it won't turn on now. Awesome. Doesn't this caliper cost 120? I think it was more than that when I bought it. I bought it used. I bought it off a guy who bought it. He basically was on the shop floor for a little bit. Bought it, and then like after being on the floor for like 6 months, he went to the office, so he sold it to me. So, you know, 8-inch digital. And is it the coolant proof one? It might be the coolant proof one. Let me find it here. What's the model I have? 500 197.30? No, I got 500 197.20. See here. 720. Yeah, here you go. Ooh. Okay, don't trust this Amazon price. Let me find an actual, don't trust Amazon. Check Grainger. Yeah. Okay, well, on Grainger, they're $347. These are the 120. These are the 30s. I got a 20, which is near the same model. Yeah, they're not cheap. They're not cheap. This was like one of the most expensive tools I bought. Yeah. See, I got the 20, so maybe they don't make the 20 anymore. Yeah, maybe the 30 is the replacement for it. $400. Yeah, they might. Yeah, they might not make this model anymore. Maybe that's it. Because it's I can find the 30 now in a lot of places. Yeah, because the 30 is $270. Yeah. SR44 battery. But yeah, I have the same case and everything. Actually, I might not have the case anymore. I gotta go check. So yeah. Yeah, they're not cheap. I didn't pay that much. I think I paid, like, because I bought this used off Buddy, and I think I paid, like, I want to say, like, 120, 150 maybe, around there. Canadian. I'm hoping it's not a fake. I don't think it's a fake. I remember looking it up how to spot a fake, and it wasn't a fake. Yeah, battery SR44 according to the back of this. So I gotta buy an SR44 battery. I don't think I have SR44 batteries on me. There you go. Amazon Basics. If you don't use them to make money, SPI or Fowler is okay. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I use this to make money. I use this at work. So I had, you know, I steal the batteries out of these now. I use that more than my indicators, my micrometers, because very rarely we needed micrometer accuracy, but vernier accuracy was good enough. So we use those a lot. I'm trying to think of anything that I might have that has that battery like that in it that I could steal, but I don't think I have anything that has an SR44 battery. So I'm probably gonna have to buy some. Yay, to Amazon I go. Give Bezos some more money. Oh well, it is what it is. I mean, I always have my what is this? Which one is this? My STM non-digital dial inch caliper. Fall back on. Or if I really need to, you know, I've got my 12-inch. If I need 12 inches of measuring. I don't even know what brand this is. I think made in China. This was a cheap one. Usually you're not measuring an inch or 12 inches that accurately. Mitutoyo. Yeah, I like my Mitutoyos. Like, I've got my toolbox home, so I've got all my tools. So, like, I've got, what do I got? I got a 0 to 1 mic. This is all inch, by the way. And then I got my fancy digital 0 to, or that was a 1 to 2. My fancy digital 0 to 1. And this is also a Mitutoyo, but this is a an old one. It's a 293-761. 293-761. You can get it for 58 bucks used. But this one has the same battery. So let me take the battery out of here and put in my vernier, because I use that more. And yes, I call it a vernier because that's what we called it in my tool shop, and most tool shops in my area call them verniers. So need a flathead. How hard was it? How was it like to collect? Oh, it's fine. The problem was, here's the thing, the toolbox weighs several hundred pounds, right? So it's not like I can just, you know, throw it in the back of the Focus and, you know, drive home. So the issue I had is I needed somebody with a truck, but it wasn't just a truck. I need somebody with like a flatbed, basically, like a trailer. Oh. Wrong battery. Okay, it's not turning on. I've tried 2 different batteries. It's not turning on. Why aren't you turning on? What is going on here? It's not turning on. Uh-oh. 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 That ain't good. Is there some sort of safety that I'm missing? Let's see here. No, that's making contact, but it's not turning on. Something ain't right here. Between the contacts. Maybe. I'm trying to figure out, because it worked just fine before I took the battery out. I took the battery out, now it's not working. Because I know some of them... I remember reading that some of them have like a battery safety, like you need to have the lid on or something for it to work, and I don't know why it's not working. Yeah, it's not working. Well, I took the battery out of one thing that's working and put it in here, and it's not working, so. Yeah, that works. Yeah, so it's not that. Yeah, and this one gives a low bit. So this is the low battery, so I'll put the low battery in here because I don't use this as much now. They're both Energizer batteries, so they're not like no-name brand batteries. We're gonna have to end the stream here in a minute, by the way. So much for that fun little detour. Somehow broke my Minotauro. I'm not too happy with this right now. I'm not too happy at all. Why aren't you working? Like I did nothing but pop the lid off. Where is my Q-tips? I got ISO, but I don't think it's... The contacts are brand new shiny. I'll do a Google after stream, whatever. Okay, so every stream we give away some filament. So let me pull it up here. Wheel of Names. So if you have not entered, every stream we give away, and at the end of the stream we do the draw. So if you have not entered, you can try again Friday. Do I seem really dark? Is it really dark? Do I need more lighting in here? Great spreadsheet. Check it with meter. Well, it's a good battery. Like the battery I took out when I put in the other Minotauro gives a low battery warning, and the battery that I put in it is a battery that works just fine in the mic and doesn't give a low battery warning. So they're SR44 batteries, so the same battery, and it's good. And these things don't require a lot of voltage. So I'm assuming the battery is fine. So it's not a battery issue, because I also put the old battery back in and it didn't turn on at all. Because these things will run at low battery for like a year. If there's a... You can't link it in YouTube, but ping me on the Discord. So, we got the salad fork built. It is 160 millimeters cube. That's too big of a number. So give me a number between 1 and 16. I need a number between 1 and 16. Seven. That works. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Big money, big money, big money. Da da da. Dennis G. Clap, 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 clap. Everyone golf clap for Dennis. Okay. Ba-ba-ba-da. Control F. There you go. Dennis G. I have found you. 1 of 1. Good. You are not a robot. I still can't believe the one person who did that. Somebody entered, and then all I did was I searched, like, because I have to find you in the list, right? So I hit Control F, then I put in their name, and like 8 results showed up because they used the same name 4 times and then the same email 4 times with like a number at the end. And I'm like, really? You're that lazy about trying to scam? Like, come on. Okay. So I hope you enjoyed the stream today. I know we had a few little detours, but that's, you know, that's just kind of the norm, how things go. So yeah, we got the salad fork frame built. We will carry on Saturday. Will be the next stream that we carry on with this guy. Friday we'll be doing the drop effect, XG Hotend. But yeah, I'm looking forward to finishing this guy up and getting him printing. That'll be fun. So let's see here. I think that's it. So shout out to Polymaker for donating the spool of filament that we give away every stream. Also the giant box of filament that you sent me that I got to figure out where to put it. Thank you. I got to start printing some TPU for the Death Racer now. For those that donate to the stream, gifted memberships, which, yay, it's working again. Thank you, YouTube gods and Google gods and not Bezos. But thank you. And for those that just became members of the channel, you're all awesome. I would not be able to do the things I do, create the content I create, without your continued support. You make it all possible. If you do want to also help out with supporting the live stream, check the description for some more links. Shout out to DFH for providing this kit. Did not pay me. None of this is all. He sent me the kit. That's it. There's no agreement. There's no payment structure. There's words and opinion are my own. I'm allowed to say whatever I want about it. DFH is stinky, but he sells good stuff there. So yeah, I can say whatever I want. So yeah, so we'll carry on with this. I'm looking forward to getting this built and printing. It'd be a fun little addition. I really like the raw aluminum color. I do like the raw aluminum. I think that was a good choice. So yeah, we're gonna end it there. I gotta go pick up the little guy at daycare. Yeah, I'll see you Friday. Be safe out there. Enjoy the rest of your week. Wash your hands. Cheers.